Welcome back. You join us here on stage 2 where Dimitri van den Bergh has taken 7 of the first 10 legs in this 4th round tie against the amateur qualifier Rhys Hayden. It all started in style for the Belgian, a 170 checkout in leg 1. Hayden has grown into the match, I think it is fair to say, but he has an awful lot of work to do if he has hopes of being in the draw at the end of the evening for the 5th round of the FA Cup of Darts. We do have one man already there. Jelle Klaassen has beaten William Borland 10-5 to progress on one of the outside boards in the other room, board 328. Being witnessed by a handful of lucky fans here. Over on the main stage, Gerwyn Price leading Danny Noppert 4-1. But here, Paul, Dimitri van den Bergh, well, it would take an absolute capitulation for him to surrender this lead, wouldn't it?
I think it's going to take a little bit of what you said in the first half, Murph, about Hayden going up and van den Bergh coming down and somewhat meeting in the middle. I think if that's going to happen, it's going to take misses at doubles from Dimitri and maybe Rhys taking out some combination shots. But the scoring from Rhys will have to be ramped up by maybe one extra treble every 2 or 3 visits.
After the 13-piece buffet that we brought you this afternoon, the menu for your evening meal here on stage 2 is Dave Chisnell against Willie O'Connor. After this appetizer, then we're into the meats in Minehead when Vincent van der Voort returns to this stage to take on Stephen Bunting before a really tasty tie between Krzysztof Ratajski and Chris Dobie rounds off the evening's action.
Which game's the fish course?
Well, we've had the big fish right at the very start. Caviar for starters, eh? Could see a bullseye at the end of this. Don't need to. 8-8. What a shot that is. Maybe Rhys Hayden has just taken the break to have a little word of himself.
Wasn't much of a word because he was out back on the stage very quickly after that break. Sometimes that's all you need, just a few minutes or even a few moments. But statement of intent there from Rhys. Does throw that dart very, very hard. You wouldn't want to be in the way of many darts, trust me, especially when it's steel tip. But when it comes to Rhys Hayden and the way he plays, he throws that dart very, very powerfully.
His finishing is promising in this match. Rhys Hayden, he's thrown 12 fewer darts at double than his opponent, but has managed to nail 4 out of 9 attempts. Very respectable indeed. Just has found himself perhaps a visit behind for the majority of the match.
Yeah, not a good position to be in really against someone of Dimitri's experience at such a young age.
Dimitri's Belgian compatriot, World Cup of Darts teammate Kim Huybrechts is almost there against Ryan Searle. I'll be honest, I thought that Ryan Searle might take that one, but Huybrechts is 9-7 up.
Not over yet. I've seen people win from 9-7 down. Ian White doing well at 8-4 up against Harry Ward. That game between Keegan Brown and Daryl Gurney looks pretty tasty on board number 8. 5-all.
So much of it can be about the draw, and I fancied Danny Noppert as an outsider before this tournament, but he's been pitched against the in-form world number 3 Gerwyn Price, who leads 5-2 on the main stage. Now Rhys Hayden has a real chance here on stage 2 to make a match of this.
Double 18.
85.
He's gone inside. And 143 for me is one of the more difficult shots. Got to go all over the board and you've got no choice. Just seems to me like since the break, Dimitri has fallen off a cliff a little bit.
Yeah, foot has been taken off the pedal and he's waving Rhys Hayden past. That's unfortunate. That's solid.
14.
But that was way off the pressure darts, and now Bergh, we may just see him take a breath here and realise that this could all but kill his opponent off.
Just guarantee yourself a shot at a double. He does. It's bull. And it's there. That's how you do it. When you get a chance like 86, you could well get the 54 to set up the double 16. But when things are a little bit edgy, why wouldn't you just go 2 single 18s, give yourself that chance at the bull and win the leg? That was so mature from Dimitri.
Well, that's the difference, isn't it? 3 darts missed to effectively stay in the match by Rhys Hayden, and 1 dart at the bull pinned by Bergh. And now he's ready to put his foot down again.
This is why he's so hard to predict, because in the last leg he was gone, he was out of the leg. We were talking about Rhys getting in touch, an 86 on the bull, then a 180, and all of a sudden his belief is back. It's like someone's pressed the on switch.
It has threatened to turn into a match, but every time that threat has arrived, Bergh has thwarted it. Don't have to be brilliant in every single leg, particularly over this slightly longer format. And Bergh has shown, well, a professional performance from the professional against the amateur.
You definitely don't have to be brilliant in every leg when you're 8-4 up as well. Just got to be very good in 2 of them, and preferably, if you are the man with the 8-4 lead, you want to do those in the next 2 just to get it done.
Kim Huybrechts has got it done against Ryan Searle. 10-8 in the end, a very impressive win for the Belgian number 2.
Ian White very close to victory. 9-4 up on Harry Ward now, 1 leg away.
And the Belgian number 1 could soon be 1 leg away himself, because this is a huge ask for Rhys Lightning.
Comes up short on dart 1, and if Dimitri doesn't get the 60 with dart 1 himself, he may stay on the 20s for double 18, because he is a double 18 guy.
Never mind, double 18, double 8 now the target. 2 darts at it. Only needs 1, and only needs 1 leg to book his place in round 5. Round 5, by the way, is the last 32 stage of this tournament. We'll see the last 32 tomorrow afternoon, the last 16 in the evening. And then on Sunday, it goes to a 1-stage setup. We have seen some epic final days of action here in Minehead. Paul, you mentioned this afternoon that remarkable quarter-final session a couple of years ago.
Yeah, when Raymond van Barneveld and Peter Wright played against each other, that was one of the best matches I've seen at Minehead. Peter went on to win the title, of course, on the bullseye.
That was when Gerwyn Price took out that 160 checkout in the last leg against Ian White, who looked like he might never get beyond a quarter-final in the PDC on TV. He's done that since.
Do you remember where you were when that was happening?
I know where I was. I wasn't here, actually.
I was painting a wall, watching the ITV coverage on my tablet. I couldn't believe what I was seeing, but Rhys Hayden can't believe what he's seeing. He's just getting the score checked.
Is there some kind of evidence on that wall, some kind of careless stroke that was a response to what you were witnessing on the screen?
Can't remember. I've sold that house now. Can't have been a very good paint job. It was me doing it. Bergh with a beautiful 140 to give himself a 1-dart lead in what could be the last leg of the match.
Hayden still in the leg, but I think it would be a stretch to say that he's really in the match. It might be a stretch to say that he's in the leg now.
Yeah, that treble 1 has gifted Bergh a huge opportunity to get this job done 10-4. And that 1-3-4 is just killer for Hayden's already thin chance of staying alive.
Well, it's an excellent run for Rhys Hayden, qualified through the Riley's qualifiers. He's managed to make his way through to the last 64 and earn himself £2,000. And his run is not quite over yet. Has the chance to produce a second three-figure out. He's had 130. Now he wants 120.
Got to stay straight. That's perfect. That's only just in the single, but it's now a great single because the flight is not in the way. What a great shot. A show of defiance from Rhys Hayden. A fortunate single just over the top of that 60, which could have potentially bust his shot. But boy, did he take advantage of it.
Well, a journey of 1,000 miles begins with but a single step. Just a slight bit of confusion there. Dimitri Bergh rather sportingly not taking the opportunity to throw first in consecutive legs.
Always a good sign of where your mind is at when that happens. There's not a dart player on the planet who hasn't begun a leg that wasn't theirs at some point, or they've been pulled back by their opponent.
Proper state of play here in the fourth round. Kim Huybrechts in the other class and already through. Kyle McKinstry now leads Bradley Brooks 9-8. Ian White has not quite finished the job against Harry Ward yet. He leads 9-6, but Luke Humphries has surrendered a lead. He's now 9-7 behind against Andy Bolton. And Daryl Gurney is also trailing 7-6 to Keegan Brown.
That Brown-Gurney match, just toe-to-toe. Very intriguing. Yet again, Rhys Hayden from the north of the 300 spot is doing the right thing by using the 18s first. It could be something that Bergh uses too. He'll stay there and try to get the 162, fails. But that's okay. Puts himself a dart ahead and forces Rhys to get himself into the finishing zone, which he will do now. He should do at least. He's going to be south of 100.
Second maximum of the match for Rhys Hayden, who on 94, well, at one time trailed this match by 5 legs. It was 9-4 down, and now could be about to close the gap to 3. Well, there's a 120 that kept him in the match. Will it be a 120 that sends him out?
Cruel twist of fate, maybe. It is tops. He's got to go to the right. And he gets it done. The cruel twist of fate is right there.
Dimitri Bergh easing through to the second day of action here. The last 32 of the UK Open. Rhys Hayden has had an excellent day here in Minehead, an amateur qualifier, making it through to the fourth round and fighting back